Greetings! Welcome to Act Natural, the D&D podcast where players from across the world explore two sister campaigns set in the same homebrew world. This week's episode features The Luck of the Draw. To get the latest updates, find us on Facebook with our name Act Natural, or follow us on Twitter at ActNatural_D&D. Now, on to the show. Last time on Luck of the Draw, our party was exploring the secret underground dungeon below Updale. After encountering two walls of force, the party was beset upon by three ghouls and a ghost. Though the ghouls were easily dispatched, the ghost was much more difficult, as it briefly possessed both Zeno and Finn. Eventually, though, the group vanquished them and was able to move on deeper into the dungeon. In the next section of the cave, Zeno discovered a hidden door which revealed a pit of acid and a path further on. After Nyx briefly set her face on fire, the party was able to trigger the mechanism which drained the acid away. Beyond the pit, they discovered a tomb containing numerous coffins, a statue of Lathander, and an inscription reading, "The Lords of the Dawn." Graffiti, feeling that this was the reason he was here, found numerous items, objects, armors, and shields hidden within the graves, some of them magical. The most prominent of these was an ornately bound spellbook. The group continued on throughout the cavern and eventually discovered a crying, translucent figure off in the distance across a pool of water. After calling out to it, the figure changed into a banshee and wailed at the party. Zeno, Graffiti, and Finn immediately fell unconscious, but were revived by Nyx and Ezrin. Working together, the party dispatched the Banshee and reasoned that she was likely the cause of the fainting plague in Updale. While resting, Nyx took a look around and found another passage with three ghosts, which seemed to be rotating like a gear. Deciding that they needed a long rest, the group headed back to the surface and discovered a crowd had gathered around the statue. After some brief conversation, and the realization that the town did not know the dungeon existed at all, the group prepared themselves for a well-earned rest and another further day in Updale. And that is where we pick up. What would you all like to do?
I would say off to the inn to rest.
I agree. Have we closed up the entrance yet?
No, they are still kind of all gawking around it. Most of the people who are kind of like looking down, it is light out now, so they don't need to be holding torches anymore, but they're still kind of very interested in what's going on below.
We should definitely close this. We don't want anyone going down there and getting into trouble.
I'll walk around to the other side of the statue and call Ezrin over and just see if we can push it back into place.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Why are you doing that?
Trust me, you do not want to go down there.
The citizens kind of look around at each other. They seem to not want you to do it, but they don't have the authority to tell you not to.
How about this? The first challenge that you'll face is moving this statue. If you can do that, maybe you're fit to face what's down there. I don't think it's wise for any of you to head down there right now, so we're going to close it up.
They all kind of shrug.
Alright, let's do this.
Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage. Whoever would like to do so, or make two individually.
I say one individually each. Ezrin.
Okay.
I am buff, 22.
Supposed to say, dang, Graffiti.
In a reversal from last time, Ezrin, you are trying to push and you just can't get a good footing. Graffiti, you do start to move it, however. And over the next couple of minutes, you both do push it back.
Alright, that's done. Off to the inn. I'll start walking to the Worn and Weary.
The Worn and Weary is the general store.
Yeah, the Lyrical Cat is the inn.
Oh, shoot. My bad.
Alright. You begin to head off towards the Lyrical Cat. As you all walk off, you notice that most of the crowd who had gathered around, now that you have shut the statue, they are following you instead.
You cut out. What are they doing?
They're following you guys towards the Lyrical Cat.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
Their source of interest seemingly gone, they are now following the most interesting thing remaining.
That's fine. Let's just ignore them.
I am kind of scanning the crowd. Is there anyone that looks a little out of place?
Make an insight check.
6.
Looking around at various people, they all seem bright-eyed, wide-eyed, tired, but interested in what's been happening. They were the first people who were woken, so obviously someone felt the need to wake them up for this important discovery.
Well, this makes me feel really uneasy. I don't like this.
Indeed. But we did a good deed. Are we at the inn at this point?
Yes, I have moved you all over to the Lyrical Cat.
Are the people following us in?
They have not followed you in, however, they do seem to be staring outside.
Wonderful.
What do you think we should do about that lot?
I would say that they will hopefully lose their interest once they realize we are just eating. And I'll call over the bartender and buy a round of food and drink for everyone.
Okay. Megrin shuffles over to all of you. You want food and drink?
A round for everybody. We are tired.
Coming up. And she walks away, gets some breakfast ales, starts getting some breakfast prepared. You all are free to chat as you will.
Are there any shutters or anything on the windows, or are they just open?
There are shutters to the windows, but they are currently not covering them.
I want to go and close all the shutters.
Okay. You painstakingly go window by window, close them. So now the people can't see inside. A couple of them have disappointed faces as you do so.
I just try and ignore him. And then I'll go sit back down.
Graffiti's just sitting there deep in thought, kind of rummaging through his bag at all the stuff that he collected.
Suppose we should talk about where we are going next. Are we planning on going back down and finishing those off, or are we leaving it as is?
I would say not today, but I would not mind.
Once we've rested.
Should we find who runs this town and let them know?
The mayor was there when we came up, I believe, right?
She was. She's not technically the mayor. Graffiti, you had the only brief encounter with her, I think. I'm not sure if everyone else was up at that time as well.
Oh, I talked to her a little bit, as I recall, too.
Okay.
I was making sure to close the door that we came out of, that the gold door or whatever, and putting out the fire.
So she already knows, basically.
Yes, she knows that there's still more down there, and she sort of assumed that we were going to go back down and take care of it. But she kind of stalked off before we confirmed.
3?
Yes, that's how many I saw.
I think we're gonna need some help. We struggled with 1. I don't know if it's wise for us to face 3.
That was my thought as well.
I do not believe we will find help in this town.
Also true.
We can't leave these things.
Oh, if we can't find help in the form of somebody coming with us, maybe we can find somebody that knows how to deal with ghosts.
That is a good point, actually. Or perhaps they have a library. We could look up some information on our own.
Yes, I wouldn't want to charge into a dungeon blindly, and he kind of gives a side eye to Graffiti.
We did just fine. We are all here. With extras in tow, I might add. And he sort of pats his bag with the unidentified rope and other stuff in it.
My other concern is that we are still too close to Rose for my comfort.
I understand. Well, how long have we been up at this point, DM?
You guys woke up around 3, and it is about 6 or 7, so you've only been up for a few hours.
Lord. Alright, well, I have an idea. I would like to spend time looking at this book that I obtained down there. If the rest of you would like to talk around town, see if we can gain any information about how to deal with the ghouls in a better way, that would be a good way of spending our time. But it is up to you, my friends. I just appreciate that you came down there with me. It was rough going.
It certainly was. Yes, I'm fine with that. Maybe in the meantime we could look for other leads. I know Nyx is probably itching to get out of here.
I am definitely uneasy. I feel like any eyes upon us are eyes that are looking for her.
I think we have a plan then. So let's finish eating and go our separate ways and meet back here, a couple of hours? Let's say noon to be safe. Just come back here for lunch.
Alright.
Good to me.
We'll say for all of you, for all of your meals, Graffiti, for all 5, and then does everybody want ale, like morning ales, or what's everybody drinking?
I'll be having water.
Water.
Oh, Ezra's definitely pounding some morning ales, probably more than one.
For all the food and all the drinks, put it at a gold.
Roger that.
This one's on me, guys.
Are you sure?
Yes, don't worry about this.
Also, Finn, your question of who Alastor Menningfell is, you aren't sure, you just know the name was one of the individuals in the tomb. Apparently, someone of importance for Lathander. So, who is going to do what?
So I believe the plan is for me to stick around in the inn room, studying the book that I got from the dungeon, and then I guess everyone else is heading out to look for leads on something new to do, as well as find a way to study the ghouls that are still down in the dungeon to figure out how to defeat them easier.
I mean the ghosts?
Sorry, yeah. I'm not sure who individually is going where, though.
Do we still have the rooms that we bought last night?
Not at this point. Those would have been relinquished this morning.
I'll take care of that then. So I'll rent it for another basically till tomorrow, essentially.
The exact same rooms?
Sure.
So, Graffiti goes and rents these same rooms. I believe this would have run you a gold and 5 silver. So you would be able to basically just get rooms again for the remainder of the day and potentially tonight.
Done. So, I'm not sure where the 4 of them are going. I'll leave that to them.
I am just gonna go to my room, at least for now.
Hey, Nix, before you retire, you're familiar with this city. Is there anybody you would recommend talking to about this issue? Anybody that deals with, undead or holy water or something that might help us?
Not really. They're mostly just, farmers and simple folk. I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time getting to know all of these people, but really the only ones I know are, the people who run the businesses here. I haven't spent enough time to know if there's anyone else that would know more about that.
Okay, no worries. Maybe our new fan club out there will have some ideas.
Just nobody get into trouble, okay? I have very little in the way of any spells left. That's for
Same.
Yes, that would be unfortunate. So, Finn, where are we going? Talkative as ever. And I'm assuming Xeno's gonna come with us too.
For the ease of this, is going to go in and basically take a nap.
Okay. Alright, let's go, Finn. Walking out, what do I see?
You are surrounded by a number of individuals as you walk out. And there do seem to be probably a group of, 10 to 15 people who are just kind of staring at you as you exit.
Hello, citizens. Can I help you?
They just kind of look at you and then look around at each other and look back at you and kind of shrug.
Well, we are looking for ways to deal with the further threats. We think we may need some help. Does anybody know of any holy worshippers or somebody that may have knowledge about ghosts in town?
There's a couple of people who shuffle around, and one eventually steps up. There's a number of holy individuals around, if that's what you're looking for.
Yes, and any that have experience with undead.
They look at each other. Sure, maybe. They're not really fighters like you. They seem to be looking up at you with kind of a reverence as you're kind of standing around them up on this kind of raised entry to the lyrical cat.
Like me? What do you mean?
Went down into that place. We didn't even know it was there and came out.
Yes, well, my friend decided to go down there, and I just had his back. It was nothing special. I'm sure you would do the same for your friends. Anyway, so where is one of these holy people that you mentioned before?
Most of them are probably over towards the various little altars, if they're around.
Okay, I'd like to head over to the altars.
Okay. Both you and Finn head over that direction. So you guys are currently over here at the Lyrical Cat. You guys kind of walk around towards Fire and Petals through the streets. And once you get to about here, you start to see those small little shrines and altars that, kind of sit around the edge of that plinth that you guys went down. There aren't any actual temples, and there aren't, churches necessarily. They just seem to be, statuettes, pictures, drawings, potential offerings to the various gods that are here.
Just kind of skimming the all the god symbols. Do I recognize any that might be useful in a situation like this?
Make a religion check. And Finn, you can make one too, since I assume you're there.
Yikes.
Ezrin, looking around, you notice a few that seem to be interesting. There does appear to be Pelor. There are also your more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Your more simple folk gods. Nothing too extravagant. You do not see one to Bahamut.
Would I know what Pelor, what he stands for?
Go ahead and make another religion check.
There we go, 21.
You do know who Pelor is. You know that, similar to Lathander, he is a god of the sun, god of light.
Does there seem to be anybody worshipping this shrine in particularly that I could talk to?
Look around at all these various little altars at the moment. You don't see anybody currently tending to them.
What does the Shrine of Pelor look like it has on it?
Shrine of Pelor seems to be one of the more decorated. There does seem to be several statues of Pelor, not just one or two. You also see a couple to Shantea and Melora as well.
Well, I'm at a loss for things to do. How about you, Finn?
Should we find out who this Lord Master Alistora was? Or why there were people buried under the city that... Do you think they knew about it?
Maybe... Did you say we met the mayor? Maybe they'd have an idea.
I don't think I met the mayor. I think I was still below.
I will say that you both briefly saw her, especially as she kind of stormed off, walking away from graffiti.
Oh, she didn't seem happy for desecrating her town. Did we catch a name or no?
Nyx would have mentioned it. Her name is Mother Avelina. And I don't remember if graffiti mentioned her religious views or not, so I will say for the moment you aren't sure.
Okay. Do there seem to be any... Are the villagers still following us around?
There are a few that are following you. Just wherever the two of you are going, they seem to be trailing about 20 or so feet behind. Pack is split about in half. You guess that some of them have stayed back at the Lyrical Cat to try to get a glimpse. But as time goes on, there do seem to be people who are leaving the pack and going back to about their everyday business.
And they just seem enamored with us, right? They don't seem like there's any harsh intentions.
Make an insight check.
21.
Ooh, 21. At the moment, no. They just seem to be awed at these people who found a dungeon that was not known in the town's existence and apparently fought some horrible undead things and came out alive.
I'm gonna kind of turn to them Give Finn, raised eyebrow. Can we help you with something?
Most of them kind of shake their heads gently.
You following us around is a little weird, but I could use your help with something. Can you tell me where Mother Evelina resides?
Oh yeah, she's south side of town.
Okay. Thank you. Is that enough to find it, or?
Do you ask them to take you there?
Sure. Yeah. Could you escort me there? I'm new to the city.
Of course, sir. Of course, they're right this way. And he graciously kind of walks up, puts his hand on your back, and starts guiding you south.
Once again, give Finn a very quizzical look.
Just to want nothing more than to help and serve you.
Ezrin and Finn, they lead you off towards the southern end of town. You are eventually stopped in front of a building, and you are informed that apparently this is where Mother Avelina lives.
Tell me, sir, do you have any advice for talking to Mother Avelina? Is she a nice woman?
Oh, she's the nicest.
Oh, that's good. Well, thank you for guiding us here.
Well, of course, anything else I can do to help you, just let me know.
Keep an ear out for people that may be able to help destroy some ghosts. Besides that, you've been a great help, and I hope you have a good day, sir.
Thank you very much. And you have a wonderful day as well.
And then I assume we head inside.
Does it look like we need to knock, or can we just go in?
It sounds like Ezrin's just walking in.
Well, yeah. Does it look like we need to knock, or do we just go in?
It's up to you.
I'll knock.
Okay. You knock and there is no answer. And one of the people in the crowd pipes up. Just go in.
I kind of turn around, startled. They're still fucking following us. Jesus. I kind of knock gently as I open the door.
Okay, you open the door. You and Finn see what seems to be a warmly lit interior. Very plain furnishings. There's a desk. There appears to be some sort of... Is it a chair or a couch? You can't really tell. It doesn't look too comfy. And then there's also a few bookshelves, and across the way you see an elderly woman pulling some books off of a bookshelf as you open the door.
Hello. Do you have a minute to talk?
Oh, hello. Can I help you with something?
Yes, you seemed a bit curious to what we were doing in town. I thought we'd explain ourselves and offer our services if you wanted to further investigate it.
Oh, sure. Just come on in and find secret tombs. People of Lathander. What can I do? And she kind of turns around quickly and gently hits the book against it. She looks kind of like a scowl on her face, eyes kind of furrowed.
Well, I assure you we meant no ill will. I know how these religious types can get, and my friend got quite fanatic about something that he saw, so we decided to investigate. And I couldn't stop him. There was no stopping him, so... But, bygones are bygones, so... We were wondering, there still seems to be some lingering undead underneath. Do you know of anybody in the city that would be able to help us with something like that?
Help you in what regard?
Well, the ones we found before we turned back, we think we're not very well equipped to take on at the moment, so any sort of holy person that could dispel or help with some oils, or even knowledge if you have a book about something from a long time ago. Might shed some light.
Well, if you're looking for those sorts of extremely holy relics and things, unfortunately you won't find any of those here. We don't manufacture those or anything along those sorts. If you were interested in reading, I do have books. At this point, I will say that both Ezra and Finn, you do notice around her neck is the symbol of Palor.
Books pertaining to the history of this town, what might be down there, or perhaps ghosts. Those are the two topics I'm interested in at the moment.
Well, I doubt you'd find anything on that place down there, seeing as how none of us knew it existed. Undead, potentially, and I'm not really sure everything that's in this library. Is mostly a collection of things that are gathered over time by various people in town, leaders.
Do you mind if I take a look, or would you have an idea of where to start?
Oh, sure, go ahead. Just barge into my town, come out of sacred dungeons, and then she kind of just walks, opens a door, and disappears inside and shuts it.
I don't think she likes us very well.
She say she didn't know that was under there?
She did, yes.
And she looked like she worshipped Palor and not Lathander?
Correct.
Is this not a big Lathander area, or...?
Make a religion check, Finn. And I'm considering your previous one in this. Okay. You know that Lathander is not as popular of a deity, especially here in the kingdom. Specifically in regards to sun deities and healing and renewal and those types of holy areas, most people would side on the Palor side. He is much more well known than Lathander is. So essentially, this is kind of a usurper coming in her eyes.
So I think we should give her a moment to calm down. How about you help me look over this book, see if we find anything useful?
Sure. Let's do it.
Alright, make investigation checks, both of you. Highest is 11. We got an 8 and an 11. So you spend the next, I'll say, couple of hours combing through the various books that she has. There isn't a lot that's super helpful, specifically when you're dealing with ghosts. You do find a little bit of information on possession and undead. You know that they can see into the ethereal plane, they can go incorporeal, and you learn a little bit more about their possession and how they are able to seemingly take control of someone. You know that when they do this, the ghost can't be targeted by an attack or any sort of effect until it is forced from the individual's body. And the only way to do that is to either reduce the being to 0 hit points, or if it is forced out by some sort of spell or effect.
Doesn't mention what kinds of spells or effects that might be.
I'm going to say no, not with an 11. However, it did seem to work when Graffiti used his channel divinity.
Well, I think that was a bit useless. There was nothing about Lathander or why people might be buried there.
Nope.
I'm going to, as she stayed in that room the whole time.
Yep.
Grumpy old wench. I'm going to go up to the door and knock gently. Mother Evelina, could I have another word with you, please?
Yes, what is it? She calls through the closed door.
Can I try to open the door?
You can.
Okay. I try to crack it open so that I can actually look at her.
Okay. You open the door, and this seems to be her private quarters. Back here, there seems to be a bed and a wardrobe, some sort of mirror, along with what looks to be some jewelry stands. Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to barge in. I thought you saying you were willing to have a word meant you were willing to... Sorry. And I turned around and I shut the door.
She comes over and opens the door. And I assumed a gentleman would allow the lady to open the door at her own request. What can I do for you?
So coming through the books, we didn't find anything too useful. I do think it was strange that there was a crypt that seemed to be devoted to Lathander. You don't know anything about this in any of your history books.
As I said, none of us were aware that that place existed. The plinth is known as it is because it was to an unknown god. That's why there were so many altars and statues around it. However, it appears that it might not be unknown any longer. And looking at her, she seems to have a smile, but it is fairly forced, and she's almost speaking through gritted teeth.
Well, I can assure you we didn't mean to spread any unrest, and as kind of a parting offering, anything that we can do during our stay here to make the time easier and to calm the townsfolk, please let me know.
Well, according to your rather large friend, there are other nasties that you did not take care of. That would be appreciated.
Yes, as I said before, I don't know if we're equipped to, and I wouldn't want to send my friends to the death, so if you think of something...
Do you know of any other Lathander worshippers in the town?
She thinks for a minute. Not any that are in the open.
Is there anybody who spent a good deal of time in front of this statue? The plinth?
Many of us. I did. Many of the other individuals who kept up the altars did.
Is it looked down upon in this city to worship Lathander?
She kind of cocks her head a little bit. No, it is not looked down upon. One is always free to worship the deity of their choice. And that sentence does not sound as forced. It sounded a little bit more sincere.
And you said you didn't know if there was any open Lathander worshippers around?
Not as far as I know. As I said, if there are any, they aren't open about it.
Well, I for one, don't want to leave your city with those ghosts still down there.
Good. I like you.
Any other questions, Isrin?
Yes, I agree, but how are we supposed to take them on? I don't think we can do it by ourselves.
Well,
That's why we came here.
hopefully there's no more banshees, but I think we got it.
Okay, well, as I said before, Mother Evelina, if there's anything we can do to help diffuse this situation and restore peace, you seem quite unhappy about what happened. I promise you that was not our intention.
Oh, I'm not unhappy about you. But please just go about your business, and I will be here if I am needed.
Sounds good, thanks.
What is it you do in this town?
I do not have a formal overseeing position in town. Like most others, they have elected officials or individuals who put themselves forward for a position. We are more community-oriented. My position is mostly ceremonial in that I basically only need to make decisions when everyone else cannot come to an agreement.
Well, does your town have any fighters or anybody with magic capabilities?
In Updale, have you seen any as you've been walking around?
Well, I know you don't judge somebody by their way they look. I'm actually quite strong. I may not look it.
I would disagree. You look quite strong. Usually around here, out on the plains, if you see a farmer, he's a farmer.
Well, then I think we'll be on our way.
Lovely. Have a wonderful day. And she kind of flutters her eyelashes a little bit, trying to put on a really big smile as you're walking out the door.
When the door closes behind us, and turn to Finn. Well, she was nice. I think she liked us.
Good. We are very glad that you liked her.
Very blatantly eye rolls.
Is there anything else we can help you with, Mr. Strongman? I'm looking at you, Ezrin.
Yes, my friend here had a good point. Do you know of any open worshippers of the thunder in town?
They all kind of look at each other, and you hear a couple of whispers go back and forth. Lathander? What's a Lathander? Who? What? Who?
Oh, it's God. Just forget about it. Don't worry.
Oh, all right. Finn, as you are kind of looking around, as people are filing back out, you do see what appears to be a little girl kind of walk up sheepishly beside you.
Hello there.
Hi.
Can I help you with something?
She nods quickly back and forth.
Okay, and I'll just pat her on the head and start walking with Ezrin.
Okay, you're gonna follow her?
Is she leading us somewhere?
If you're gonna follow, then yeah, she'll start walking.
I'll grab Ezrin and tell him to follow this girl.
Okay.
What is it, little one? Cat got your tongue.
She turns around as you're talking and kind of gives you a shh motion and then keeps walking.
Do I trust what I see from her?
Make an insight check on the little girl.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Are you gonna make one too, Ezrin? Or just Finn?
Sure.
14.
An 8.
Okay. Ezrin, you're hit a little bit. She actually kind of reminds you of your own daughter a little bit, so you're not able to get too good of a read. However, Finn, she looks trustworthy for a 5-year-old.
All right, we follow.
Okay. She leads you through the streets, kind of darting through the alleyways until you come out on the southeastern side of town. The homes here are a little bit more run down, and she eventually leads you out of town, out into one of the farm fields down in this area down here. And eventually you come to a tree, and she just kind of stops, and she's kind of sucking her thumb a little bit at this point, and she points up at the tree.
And what do I see on the tree?
You see a cat.
Is that your cat?
She nods.
Well, I think you're more well suited for this, monk friend.
How high up is the cat? Is it like stuck in a tree?
It's on a branch about 20 feet up.
I will climb the tree and get the cat.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
This is athletics because you're trying to climb a tree. There's no other trees that you can parkour off of. It's just this one. Okay. Ezrin, you watch Finn over the next 5 or so minutes, and the little girl is super excited. She's coming out of her shell a little bit. She's like clapping and saying, "Come on, you can do it, you can do it." And you watch Finn for the next probably 5 minutes. He just cannot climb this tree.
I'd like to get, kind of come up behind him when he falls down and prop him up on my shoulders.
I was going to say I have another idea. Ezrin.
Yes.
Prop yourself up on all fours for a minute.
Well, I could just lift you up. That would get you higher.
Just do it.
Okay. So I kneel down.
And I will do a running jump off his back.
Okay. Now you can make an acrobatics check. You quickly run up. Ezrin times it correctly, and he stands up right as you go to jump, and he just gives you an extra boost of momentum, and you are able to grab onto a branch that's about 15 feet up, and you're able to pull yourself up. So you're about 5 feet below this cat now.
I still didn't reach the branch he's on. Can I guess, climb the rest of the way, or knock it down with a stick?
You're high enough where there's other branches now, so you can just get up to where the cat is.
Alright, I'll do that.
Alright, so you get up to where the cat is. What are you going to do? It is a tabby, just kind of sitting there, paws crossed, looking at you with a very disinterested expression, its tail kind of flopping back and forth below the branch.
I will hold the cat tightly, and I will jump off.
Okay, make an athletics check, because the cat is going to try to get away. It does not want picked up.
It's a fat cat.
It is a little bit of a fatter cat, so you are able to grab it. Seriously, with a 2 and a 6. Okay, you have the cat. What are you going to do?
I jump off to the ground.
Okay, make another acrobatics check. You are deftly able to land with just your feet. If that was a bad roll, I was going to give the cat some damage, which could have been bad. But with a 23, you land softly back on the ground. Yay, thank you, thank you! And she immediately grabs the cat and just runs off.
The hell was that all about? Talking to Ezrin.
I don't know. That was rather peculiar. Do we see where she heads to?
She seems to head back towards the houses.
Can we, well, do you want to follow her, Finn, and make sure she gets home safe, or is it time to meet up with the others?
I'm sure she's fine. She found us just as easy. Yeah, let's head back to the inn.
Both of you make a perception check. You both do see the crowd of people are still watching. They're off on the edge of the farm.
Oh, great. We're about to get praise for saving a fucking cat. Not that it wasn't impressive, friend.
Yeah, somebody had to do it, I guess.
They do seem to be giving you a small round of applause as you all kind of acknowledge their presence.
I'll take a bow.
One of them gives a yeah!
Didn't take you for a showboater.
You gotta give the people what they want.
As we start walking back to the tavern, I'm gonna kind of pick somebody out of the crowd. Who was that young girl? Do you know?
The guy that you kind of direct this to, he kind of gets wide-eyed for a second, unsure why you're talking to him. I don't know. Random girl. Do you need me to go find out? I'll go find out for you.
No. I'm just curious.
You sure?
Singled us out. We were glad to help.
He's like already edging away from the crowd. Are you really, really sure?
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. And he kind of gets a little disappointed. Keeps walking along with the rest of the crowd. We'll go ahead and switch back over to everybody else since you guys are starting to wind down. I know Graffiti's working on magic things. Zeno is asleep. Nix, what are you doing?
I'm mostly just trying to. I'm not at all comfortable with the fact that people are following us and watching us. So I am in my room making no noise and pretending I don't exist. But I just
make a stealth check.
Oh, great! Because I'm really good at those. Let's see. 4.
As long as it wasn't a 1, I didn't care.
Whew. Yeah, so I'm just trying to be inconspicuous.
You are quietly sitting in your room, so if you wanted to take a short rest, you could take a short rest. I'll assume Zeno does too, but he's not here, so. Graffiti, what are you doing?
I would like to study the Dawnbringer spellbook that I found. See if I can gather anything from it. Last time I tried, I failed, so I just want to keep trying.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
God damn it.
You are not sure. You can tell that these are definitely arcane glyphs and arcane sigils. You personally, from your upbringing and the experiences that you've had, you have not encountered many wizards, much less seen their spell books, or someone who uses spells in this manner. So you are not sure.
Damn it. Well, as long as I have the time, I'll head to, I believe it was the Worn and Weary, to try and sell my old chainmail and shield. Get some money out of it.
Okay. Easily enough to do. You head over to the Worn and Weary, open the door. Welcome!
Oh, this damn parrot. Do I see the muted lady?
Yes, you do see her. She walks around the corner, gives you a quick bow as you are entering.
And I'll head to the counter and put my chainmail and shield on the counter and ask her, how much can I get for these?
She kind of gets wide-eyed for a minute and is really interested in them and starts running her hands over them. Sorry, what again are you trying to sell?
My old chainmail and a shield, because I replaced them with the Lathander breastplate and Lathander shield. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She looks them over for a little bit, tries to see how good of condition they are. She taps the shield with 2 fingers and then gives you a 2 and a 5 and taps on the gold button on her necklace. And then she taps on the chainmail. Or I'm sorry, that was for the chainmail. The chainmail, she gives you a 2 and a 5. and the shield, she gives you a 3.
Like just a 3?
Yes.
That seems low. Do I think that I'm getting screwed or getting a good deal, or?
Make an intelligence check.
Jesus, 3.
You have never sold these types of armor before, and this was your first shield. So, I mean, you've had it for a long time. It's got some dents and some wear. If it's what she's willing to offer you, it must be a pretty decent deal.
All right, I will nod and say deal.
She smiles brightly and takes both and kind of has to pull them off the top of the counter, and they slump onto the ground, and she starts pulling them off. You notice that Tana, as she kind of gets back up on her little box and kind of dusts herself off, she's wearing clothes that are much nicer today. More formal, much more elegant.
Do they look like they would be for some sort of ceremony, or are they just nicer clothes?
They don't look ceremonial. It's the equivalent of sweatpants versus a sundress.
Okay. That would be it. That's basically all I came here for, I think. I'm just checking my inventory here.
She kind of spreads her arms wide of the various accoutrements and items that she has on display.
Actually, you wouldn't happen to have any platinum rings, would you?
She gets a quizzical look and then holds up a single finger and steps down.
I assume she's going in the back. We're looking.
Yeah, she leaves your sight for a moment. The parrot behind you just starts kind of softly humming. And eventually she comes back and gives you a quick shake of the head.
No.
She signs a couple of things to the parrot, and the parrot croaks, "I'm sorry."
That is okay. Just thought I would check. I believe that will be all today, but thank you.
She gives you another warm smile and waves with her left hand goodbye.
I'll leave. Yeah, that's basically all I had left in town, so I will head back and wait for the others at the inn.
Okay, it's going to be a little bit of time. So is there anything you would like to do beforehand, you or Nyx, I suppose?
I don't believe so. I was hoping to get something out of that book. Goddamn dice rolls. I'm assuming I can't try again.
You can try. With each fail, the DC is going up.
Jesus. Actually, yeah, let me go back to the inn and talk to Nyx.
What? It's like I'm the one who knows Arcana stuff.
Okay, so after selling your armor, you do eventually, Nyx, hear a knock at your door. You're kind of half worried for a minute that it's the paparazzi.
Hello,
Who is it?
it is Graffiti.
Come in.
Now, walking.
You walk into a very dark room, Graffiti. All of the blinds are shut. There's barely any light, so you're mostly blind in here.
Nyx? Where are you? Like, why is it so dark in here?
I'll just, I assume there's like a lamp or something. I'll just cast light on it.
You see a light whoosh, flare up, so you can suddenly see inside the room.
Oh,
And I'm just kind of sitting, kind of fetal position on the bed.
Are you okay?
I'm all right. I don't like the attention that we've gathered.
That is understandable. Though I don't think anyone is going to follow you in here. And if they do, we will fight them together, yes?
Yes. Mostly I just am worried that the information that or the attention that we're gathering may gather the attention of people we don't want.
I'm hoping that the good deed that we did here will make its way back to Two Hills and maybe, work in our favor.
I am more worried that I am not the most conspicuous of tieflings.
Fair point. Well, as long as we stick together, I'm sure we will be fine. And we'll protect you if you attract the wrong kind of attention, yes?
Yes. Mostly I want to get away from here. I don't want that attention to turn itself upon Rose.
Indeed. Well, while we wait for the others... By the way, where is Zeno? Is he still sleeping?
As far as I know, I haven't seen him yet.
Alright. And I'll take out the book and show you what I found down in the dungeon and say, I was wondering if you could have a look at this. It is a little bit out of my expertise. I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about it.
Alright.
I'll hand you the book.
Nix, he hands you what looks to be a very nice spell book. You've seen a few, not too many, but you, having more of an arcane knowledge since your past experiences ended, you have looked into the arcane arts, trying to figure out a little bit more about yourself and those who do practice it. This spellbook is exceedingly nice, especially the cover. It's almost a little too nice, and you flip through the first few pages and there do appear to be a couple of spells on the inside.
So I'll tell him what I found. Can I tell what kind of spells they are?
Make an Arcana check.
Damn it!
17.
Okay. Graffiti, would you like me to say the spells or whisper the spells?
Well, I mean, Nyx is gonna know either way, right?
Yeah, to her. That's why I'm asking. It's either to everyone or just to her.
Yeah, go ahead and whisper it to her. That's fine.
Okay.
She can do with it what she wants.
Okay. I will send those to you in a second, but you do find 2 spells, and you also notice that the spellbook itself is very much magical.
I haven't done a lot of work myself with spellbooks. That is not the kind of magic that I particularly specialize in, but I can definitely tell that it is magical and it's very, very well crafted.
What I do not understand is this is our Arcana, right? This is not a divination magic, right? Why would the Dawnbringers be using this type of magic? Is it just that it became so powerful that they needed more, or I don't know. But this book is clearly it clearly belonged to the Dawnbringers down there, right?
It was in Alastora's tomb.
Yeah. So I do not get that part. Why would they divide their, I do not understand. This type of magic does not come from Lathander. This is different.
All magic is the same to me, personally. Just different manifestations of it. Just because you specialize in a certain type of magic does not mean that you cannot worship whatever god you wish to.
But you would think that the magic given to us by Lathander would be enough. Why branch out into more? What is the purpose? Does that mean Lathander is just not enough? I wish I knew.
I don't say anything, just kind of sitting there biting my tongue.
I'll take the book back, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I'll also ask her, when I used detect magic down there, the book itself was also magical in some way. Do you have any idea what that means?
I can tell that it is magical as well, but I'm not sure if it necessarily has any other properties besides the spells that it contains inside it.
DM, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be remembering this wrong, but I believe it wasn't the whole book that was emanating magic, but it was the cover?
Correct. That's what I meant.
Is there anything about the cover itself that looks off? Like maybe it's hiding something in it? Like a page or something?
No, the actual book itself is magical.
Oh, okay.
The cover itself is magical. Let's be a little bit more clear.
But nothing about it appears to be like something's hidden in it. It's just the cover is magical for some reason.
You and Nyx both worked together and found out that the cover is magical, and there are 2 spells inside of it.
Oh, okay, I get you. I get you what you mean. Would I know how to learn them? Would I know how to gain the ability to use them? Would I know anything about that?
You would just be able to potentially use them as spells.
Ah, gotcha.
You would have to try to cast them. Currently, you do not have the ability to cast them. However, Nyx would have been able to tell you that these are ritual spells.
Yes.
So I don't know if you got my message because my internet was kind of being weird, but would I be able to cast them?
You... I believe you would be able to cast the latter.
That's what I thought.
Does that mean that they are scrolls? Like one use scrolls to her? Or like what does that mean?
This is getting into homebrew territory. For me, I use pages in a spell book. They have the potential to be scrolls. None of you are wizards, so this doesn't really apply. However, if you were to tear a page out of a spell book, I consider that a spell scroll. And you can use it as if it were a spell scroll, but it changes the DC, and it depends on your casting class. So for you, Graffiti, you wouldn't be able to, because you can only cast these as rituals.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nyx. You've been most helpful.
Anytime.
Do I have time to go back to the Worn and Weary?
I will say at this point, this is about when Ezra and Finn are walking in.
Okay.
Nyx, did you give Graffiti all of the details for the spells?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Graffiti.
I don't like that.
Alright, I have put into both of your journals the components for the former. It should be under resources.
And Ezrin and Finn, you both walk in as you see Graffiti walking into the main lobby area. And you do have to pass through a number of individuals in order to get inside.
Huh. Okay. That changes things a little bit.
So, how's everybody's day been going?
Interestingly, I suppose. How did the search go?
It was fucking useless.
Found nothing?
We found a little bit about undead and ghosts. I have a gut feeling that you casting your channel divinity actually drove the ghost out of whoever it was possessing at the time, but besides that, yeah, it came up dry. They are, however, well, rather, Mother Evelina is rather upset with the thought of Lathander in her town.
Did she say why?
It was supposed to be, she said some business about the statue being a mystery, and it was a safe haven for all people to worship, and now it's not a mystery, and she's a worshiper of Pelor, and she just feels like it's... I got the sense she feels like it was causing some unrest, or it will.
Sounds like...
I wouldn't take it personally. I mean, we kind of grave robbed in the middle of the night in this town we've never been to, so I think you should look in the mirror before you start getting offended.
I did not get offended. Everybody believes in something different as long as they do not walk on my god. I do not care. It's just an opinion.
She seemed very open to worshipping other faiths. She just seemed a little disturbed that we upset her shrine.
Well, we put it back, I suppose.
How about you guys? Find anything out?
Well, Nix helped me decode the book that I found. It contains a few extra spells for myself. I'm sure they will come in handy in the future. Sold my old armor. Got some gold for that. That is about it. I'm not sure what Nix was doing, but she seems okay. Alright, Nix?
Nix isn't there. She's still in her room.
Oh, I thought we were all still there. Okay, never mind.
Yep, Nix and Zeno are not there.
Well, she is fine. She's upstairs. And Zeno is still sleeping, because, he tired.
Yes, teenagers sleep a lot, don't they?
So, the question is, what do we do now? We have no leads. We have no goals except for to annihilate those ghosts, but we don't really have anything concrete as far as fighting them goes. And I would not want to rely on my ability to turn them. It is only useful once. If I get turned, that could be bad.
Yes, I don't think it's a good idea. The only lead that we had was she definitely wants us to take care of them, but I don't see it necessary. Finn was of another mind, though.
Yeah, these things ain't as strong as the Banshee. I don't know why you guys are so afraid.
We had more problems with the ghost, I feel. The Banshee was powerful, yes.
The Banshee killed 3 of us in a second. This thing just possessed me, and you had a tough time with it. We also killed like 3 others.
But there are 3 ghosts this time. Last time it was a couple of ghouls and a ghost. The ghouls were easy. The ghost took forever because they kept possessing the wrong people to fight.
We got this.
We got these tomorrow. I think is what you meant. There's not much we can do today. I have nothing left in me.
Yes, it's probably smarter. But I don't really want to leave this town with the ghosts under there. These people, I don't think they can defend themselves too well if they ever get out.
I do know that Nix feels the same way, though I do know she wants to get moving.
The question would be, where to?
Indeed. Well, I have a little bit more shopping to do. Feel free to come along. There's definitely no dungeon diving today, so feel free to come along. I'm just going down the street to the Worn and Weary again.
I think I've earned a bit of a reprieve. I'm gonna kick my feet up and have a few ale. I wave over the barkeep.
Okay. However many drinks you want, it's 3 copper each.
I'm gonna give them 3 silver and tell them to keep them coming.
Megrin is very much appreciated her old dragonborn bones. She starts just pouring you drink after drink, just keeping them coming.
Do you want to share, Finn?
Sure.
Great. I'm going to come back to them drunk.
So the 3 silver at 3 copper apiece, that's 10 drinks between the two of you. Feedy, you step outside and are immediately greeted by a horde of people. Oh, there he is. He's coming out. And they just are like staring at you in awe. Hi, how you doing? We're doing great. Not you, you moron.
Now, settle down, folks.
Shh, he wants to speak. They're all looking up at you with reverence.
I would actually like to just pass. I have to go shopping. Excuse me. And I'll start sort of pushing my way through them. How many people are there? Is this like 40, 50 people, or is this like 10 people?
No, at this point, it's probably only like 6 or 7.
Okay, yeah. I'll just kind of walk through them.
You walk through, and much like Ezrin and Finn discovered, they slowly seem to shuffle after you.
That's okay.
So you head over back towards the Worn and Weary again.
She loves me. Come on.
You arrive back at Tana's shop. You open the door, and the parrot's, "Welcome!"
I wave to the parrot.
The parrot just kind of stares at you.
I always forget her name. Is the lady there?
Her name is Tana. You would think after being in her shop like 5 times, you would remember.
Well, I'm sure Graffiti remembers, but Trevor, after moving, is exhausted.
Tana does quickly come around the corner and sees you, and she's kind of surprised. And she waves.
I bow. And I will say, yes, I am back. There are a couple of new things that I was actually looking for. I'm hoping I'll have some of them at least. The first thing I need is some incense. I need about 4 gold worth. 8 gold would be nice, but depending on how much you have, if any.
Okay. That's a lot of incense. So she goes and starts gathering up what she has. And she does have a little bit over 13 gold worth.
Beautiful. I will take 8 gold worth.
Okay. She hands you 8 gold worth of incense.
Thank you. I also need about 4 gold or 8 gold worth of charcoal.
She kind of thinks for a second, leaves, Comes back a few minutes later. She doesn't have as much charcoal this time. She only has 9, but it is enough for your request of 8.
Perfect, I will take 8. And I do not think you will have this, but I will ask anyway. Do you have any arcane chalk?
Her eyes, instead of, being wide and helping, they kind of get narrow, and she immediately shakes her head.
I did not think so, but that is okay. I believe the only other thing I could use is a pearl. Do you happen to have a pearl? High quality.
She thinks for a sec, and then halfway nods, as if she's unsure, and leaves. Comes back with a few pearls.
Can I inspect them and see if any of them are of high enough quality to get what I need?
Make an investigation check.
Damn it, I hate these friggin' investigation checks. I always fail them.
I hate playing as low intelligence characters. It drives me nuts. Oh.
Natural 1.
I'm so sorry. Looking these over, she is looking at them along with you. You have no idea. There's one that does appear to be a little... It's not cracked, but it definitely seems to not be as glistening as the others. And eventually she does tell you the price of the 3 of them. None of them are of the quality that you need.
Roger that. Alright. Thank you, Tana. And I'll toss her a silver.
She is surprised, but pockets it and smiles.
Enjoy your day, Tana. You too, Parrot.
Goodbye!
Oh, actually, I'll go back to her and ask her if she knows if anyone in Updale has arcane chalk or an expensive pearl that they would be willing to sell.
She does not. Those are not things you would find in Updale. Small farming community in the middle of the plains.
Figured as much. All right, I'll head back to the bar.
You begin to head back. Go ahead and make a perception check, Graffiti.
25. Now that's what I needed on that roll.
Why couldn't you have gotten that on your last one? You might have been a pearl there. As you're walking back, your posse is still kind of trailing behind you. You do see what looks to be a person approaching you from kind of your northwest direction. It doesn't seem to be walking just at a leisurely pace. He seems to be walking at a pretty brisk pace, and he seems to be walking towards you.
Do I recognize what he looks like, what she looks like, anything that would give him away?
You take a quick look over the person as they approach you. You do not. This seems to be a rather tall and buff-looking human male. Interesting. You haven't seen too many humans around, but he does seem to be rather tall, just a little bit shorter than you, and extremely strong. And he kind of walks up to you and immediately puts out his hand.
Like, putting it out, like, asking for something to put in his hand, or, like...
To shake.
I will look at him strangely and shake his hand. Nice to meet you.
Hello, mister. I'm Simon. I was wondering if you might be able to help me out a little bit. And he just keeps shaking your hand, not letting go.
What is it that you are looking for?
Well, you see, I have this issue that I've never had before, and I'm afraid I'm dying. And he's still shaking your hand vigorously.
An illness, sir?
Yes! It's something I've never experienced. I don't have anyone who can help me.
Is it the hiccups by any chance?
What are those?
1 second. Checking my spells.
He's still shaking your hand. He has not let go.
That's okay. That's okay.
My arm is getting really tired.
I will try to yoink it away gently to not offend him.
He does not let go.
Damn it. As long as I'm touching him, I am trying to find my freaking spells. Yeah, I'll cast Lesser Restoration on him, see if it cures him.
Okay. As he's shaking your hand vigorously, you suddenly use your strength and grasp his forearm and just look him straight in the eye, and he kind of freezes, and you release that healing energy, and you don't hear any more hiccups.
Does that feel better, sir?
He kind of like stares around at everybody for half a second. Nothing happens. And he just bear hugs you. And he actually picks you up off the ground. He's so strong and kind of swings you around. Oh my goodness! You saved my life! You're a miracle worker! And everyone around you starts cheering and clapping. Yeah! Congratulations! And he's kind of pumping his fists up in the air.
It was nothing. You're welcome, sir. I'll sort of pat him on the head and say, I need to go. You're welcome, though. You have a nice day.
If there's anything I can ever do for you, just let me know. I won't forget this. You saved my life. And he starts walking away.
All right. Interesting characters today. I'll continue walking. And I'll try to, avoid the crowd that was cheering me.
You can't avoid them. They're following you.
Damn it. I'll walk quicker.
They start jogging to keep up.
Damn it, people. Alright, I'll walk at a normal pace and just let them follow me. Get back to the inn.
As you're walking, you hear whispers every now and then. He's so amazing. He cured that man. He saved his life. Did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. Oh, this is so amazing. We've never seen anything like this. And eventually you do make your way back, shutting the door on the tavern to everybody outside.
And what do I see? Is Ezrin and Finn completely drunk?
Been gone 10 minutes, bro. So, yes.
You've been gone maybe 20 minutes. Did you pound all of the drinks?
No. I actually wanted to do a few things before you got back.
Okay, go ahead.
First off, after the first round, I kind of nudged Finn. Hey, bud, how about that flute?
Oh, you want to hear the flute?
Yes, please. It's been a while, friend.
All right. Where do you think I should stand?
I'd say on the table, but that might be a little too showboaty.
One of the other patrons does shout, "On the table!"
Hell, they love us here. Go for it.
All right, here it goes.
16. It's not bad. You play along for the next probably 10 or so minutes, Finn.
And as he's playing, I'm kind of going around handing random mugs to the patrons, just kind of asking about anything in the area that they might be looking for adventurers for, or any leads in nearby towns or cities.
Okay. You ask around, and you don't get too much on adventurers. Mostly you get stories about, well, I was too late in planting my crop this year. I don't think I'm going to be earning as much money. And yeah, my boy actually left. I think he did go off on the adventuring life, but I haven't seen him in several months. And there's another individual who says, yeah, I heard we're having some issues over there in Two Hills a couple of days that way. Might want to go check that out. Apparently there's been some ruffians going through.
That's all I get from him.
Yeah, you don't get any specific information about any issues or anything. Seems to be fairly simple day here in Updale.
Okay. Just merrily, going around, giving them drinks, thanking them for their information, being careful not to step on cats as I dance to Finn's lovely tune.
You do step on one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kitty. I didn't mean it, and I go to pet it.
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage because you just stepped on its tail.
A 7.
As soon as you start to bend, it just bolts behind the bar.
Yes, that's my experience with cats, and I sit back down at the table and finish my ale.
Eventually, Finn, your song comes to an end.
Take a bow. Are they like clapping? I assume they are.
Yes.
I take a bow.
You take a bow, you actually get a couple silver pieces thrown at you.
Way to go, Finn. That was marvelous.
So you get 3 silver.
I just hand them over to Ezrin. Sorry.
All right. Anything else the two of you want to do? Or Nyx?
Yeah, I'm just really exciting right now. It's great.
I am trying to involve you in the conversation. You're not making it easy.
Yay for my emo tiefling.
Well, this is normal for Nyx, but Zeno, he hasn't been out of his room all day. That's strange. We should go wake him up. And I go to Zeno's room.
Okay, you knock on the door.
Any response?
Hello? What do you want?
Zeno, come out here. We're having fun. If you work hard, you can play hard. Come join us.
I wish I could.
What's the matter? And I kind of try to open the door.
You open the door. You see a rather natural Zeno.
Oh, good God, man. Put some pants on and come join us. Finn just played an awesome song. Didn't you hear that?
I wish I could. And then he just vomits right onto the floor.
Oh, weak constitution. Enjoy that. And I slam the door and go back to the party.
Okay. You don't hear anything else from Zeno.
He's in there rolling around his own vomit. It doesn't seem pleasant. Somehow I enjoyed seeing that.
That's the weirdest kink I've ever heard.
Okay. Let's go with it.
I thought that was funny. I don't know if you guys did, but whatever.
That was great. He's gonna be so happy when he finds out what happened.
What do you got, Finn?
Did you talk to the bartender, Ezrin?
I did. I bought us these rounds. What's up?
No, we should speak with the bartender. The bartender probably meets many people that pass through here, and maybe they have some stories of Lathander or the tomb.
Ezrin just kind of gives Finn like a blank look. Oh my God, man, you're brilliant. Yes, give me 1 second. And he refills his thing of ale and goes up to the bartender. Hello there.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing fairly well. Keep them coming, and I put 2 more silver down on the counter.
She kind of cocks an eye at you, trying to figure out what your game is, and then starts filling the cups.
Yeah, so I was wondering, we were just looking for rumors about, well, first off, have you heard of any worshippers of Lathander in town now or some years ago?
Are you insinuating that I'm old?
No.
As you're seeing that, her claw is twitching, and her one eye is kind of like shutting and then opening and shutting and then opening.
No, of course not, but you are a, innkeeper. You hear of a lot of things going on, and I assume information is your trade, is it not?
You're sweet for trying to lie to me. As far as Lathander goes, I haven't had anything like that. Sorry, boys.
What about any need for adventures in the areas or any of the neighboring cities?
Adventures? There aren't any adventurers really around here.
No need for. Like, we did such a good job here. We could go somewhere else and do a great job, don't you think?
You did? What did you do?
Oh, well, we cleared some, ghosts and specters and stuff from a dungeon or something.
Well, congratulations.
So there's no, there wouldn't be any need in any of the neighboring cities for somebody with our abilities.
Probably, but you're gonna have to go there and find out.
Alright, last question. Is there anywhere you would recommend?
For
For the things that I mentioned before. We're looking for some work moving forward.
what kind?
Oh, of anything. Slaying beasties or helping solve quarrels or even murder mysteries.
Yeah, we're problem solvers.
Are you planning to murder someone?
No. We just solved the murder. Hopefully no murders have taken place, but you know how people can be.
Whose murder did you solve?
None so far, but we had to get out of that city fast, so...
I thought you just said that you solved a murder. You're being very confused.
No, I was asking if you knew of... Oh, disregard it, I'm sorry. Is there anything you'd like to ask, Finn?
Nope.
Anyway, keep the drinks coming and some food. How much would it cost for some food? I'm getting quite hungry.
Food'll run you about 5 silver. For the both of you.
I'm sure we'll have a friend coming back, so how about I give you 7 and you give us a couple portions?
Fine.
Thank you for having us here. Hope we aren't too much trouble.
You're very welcome.
Walking back to the table, I whispered to Finn, probably not as quietly as I want to. She didn't seem like she meant that.
Yeah, you figure everybody else in the town is in love with us at the moment.
Yeah, I suppose I shouldn't get used to it.
Am I back at this point?
Yep.
Hello.
Graffiti, pull up a chair. We have... I just ordered us some food. It's quite delicious. What is this?
You haven't been served your food yet. You just ordered it like 30 seconds ago.
I do not see any food. I see lots of alcohol.
Yes, liquid food. By the way, you never drank before. Do you care to try it now?
Flip a coin.
I gotta find a coin.
I have a copper.
Okay, go ahead and flip it. What is what? You call it in the air.
Roll a D100. 1 to 50 is a no. 51 to 100 is a yes.
That would be I win. No drinking.
Well, I am curious. Why don't you drink? It's quite a good way to take a load off after a grueling adventure like we just had.
Well, it was never my thing. I grew up at a temple. We did not drink. Water is better for you. Perhaps one day you'll get me to drink, but it does not appear to be tonight.
Yes, good thing you stay at the temple and you're abiding by all the rules still.
What about you, Graffiti? Is it common for followers of Lathander to build tombs under the middle of cities? Secret tombs?
Not that I am aware of, no. But this land is old. Who knows when that was built? The people here did not know it existed, so could have been down there for hundreds of years.
Yes, we've been told that repeatedly throughout the day.
Did you know that person whose name we saw on the grave?
I believe I rolled a check and failed it, so no. I did not recognize that name.
You are correct.
My memory works sometimes.
Perhaps it's best that you don't drink.
Correct. But I am large, I could probably drink you out.
Ha! Is that a challenge? Come on.
Not tonight, my friend.
Make a persuasion check, Ezrin.
Damn it.
15.
Okay. You can choose to ignore it or not, Graffiti. It's not high enough.
Is there anything I could roll against him to be sure?
No, I'm saying you can choose to ignore it.
Don't like choice. I'll ignore him.
Okay.
Being true to me. Gotta be true to Graffiti.
As Nyx slowly ventures out from her room and sits down at the table, Megrin does shuffle over with 4 steaming plates. She gives you a small portion of what she says,
This is our roast boar casserole. And here,
she comes over with the other claw.
is pheasant stew. Enjoy.
And she shuffles away.
She seems very pleasant, yes?
Ezra just looks at him with squinty eyes, trying to figure out if he's being serious or. And then he shrugs his shoulders and starts tearing apart his meal.
Pretty good.
I take out the prism that I bought a while back and just kind of toss it around, thinking.
Okay. You all see Graffiti take out this ornate-looking piece of glass, and as he's kind of holding it, the torchlight that's in this room, it kind of refracts a little bit, and you see small rainbows on the walls and on the table.
What are you thinking about?
Well, at the moment we do not really have anywhere to go, specifically, other than back down into the tomb. I can use this prism to ask Lathander for a little bit of guidance. It seems like it might be useful to use it in this scenario, given that we don't have very many options.
Is that a one-time thing, or is this something you can do?
It's something I can do when necessary. And given that we're not going to be doing anything actionable today, I could use my last spell for the day. See what we get.
I say do it.
Can't hurt. By the way, if you had the stew, it's fucking delicious.
DM, would I need to be outside, or does any light work for what we discussed?
I would say it would have to be natural light.
Okay, and are we near a window where I could use the window light, or no?
There are windows, however, they are all currently closed. Like, they are shuttered shut.
Oh, Nyx, right.
Yep.
I will walk over to the nearest window that's at our table and kind of look at Nyx and just kind of give her like a nod of reassurance and open the window.
Okay. As you open the window, you see a couple of faces kind of that were staring down at the ground brighten, and kind of point at you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we might need to distract some of these people.
Too bad Zeno is not here. He could probably scare them away.
How do you suggest we distract them? I pride myself as a people person.
You should go regale them with one of your stories.
Story. Ah, yes. I know one. The one about the dragons. It's kind of your story. How about you come, Finn?
I will definitely be with you, but you're probably a better public speaker.
Thank you. I think we need to get you out of your shell, but I'll take the lead on this one.
Is there like another way Graffiti can leave the building, or is there only the one entrance?
Well, I don't need to leave now because I can do it at the table here if we need to. I've got light coming from the window, so it should work.
Oh, okay.
But if they're in the way blocking the light from the table, then it won't work. Depends how close they are.
They're not standing in the window. The actual entrance to the Lyrical Cat is up about 5 feet. So you guys had to walk up a little platform. So it's like looking down, and they were able to look up and see your face in the window.
Oh, okay. And I think we'll be fine. While we're still discussing this, DM, can you whisper me what we just... because I can't remember what the results of the spell meant. Because there was like... there has to be like, I think, 4 different responses, depending on what I see.
Yes.
Just so I remember, because I've been a while and... Alright, so... the question that we should be asking is what? Should we go down back into the tomb? Is that our question? We only get one question.
No, we're definitely doing that. So ask something else.
Well, it doesn't give us an answer per se. What I would get is if it is it's more like a predict what will happen type spell. So it will tell me if doing said action will result in good things, if it will result in bad things, etc. So if we ask it about heading down there to defeat the ghouls, it might give us a warning that we should not be going down there.
It's a fucking magic 8-ball.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, I was gonna suggest asking it to guide us to people in need, but it sounds like it's not that powerful.
No, it is more like, is this a good idea? Is this a worthwhile action to take? Should we do it? Kind of question.
As a note, Graffiti, if you read the spell, it says a specific course of action that you're taking within the next 30 minutes.
Ah, shit. So I'd have to wait until tomorrow, basically, to take it.
And it has to be a very specific question. It can't be vague.
And at this point, Ezrin slams down his beer. Ask it if you should drink some ale. Go on, do it!
Well, I suppose I could do that. No, I will not bug Lathander with such trivial things. Alright.
Well, if we're not going to use the spell, can we close the window?
Yeah, snakes, of course. I'll close the window for her.
Okay. I will say by now it's early afternoon, so you guys have been up for a majority of a day, so you could at this point take a long rest if you wanted.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to rest now. We could do another nighttime dungeon dive with less prying eyes.
And then perhaps take off.
And then take off, yeah. And it could be a good course of action. But we would need to know where we're going. We still do not know where to go.
Well, Considering things we have encountered before, there are a couple of things we could possibly do. First of all, we talked about heading to the capital. That is also where the woman from the man whose death we were trying to...
Ah, yes, the divinator.
Yes, that is where she resided. And also, we were told that they would be informed of our coming and our deeds. Also, and I turned to Finn, you also need to find another monastery, yes?
Yeah, but I feel like that's close to the water, and I don't think we're near water at the moment, are we?
But that is at least a direction that we can possibly take.
The capital, Dusa, is on the ocean, for the record.
So maybe two birds with one stone.
Maybe, but I don't think a secret monastery would be in the capital.
It at least sounds like it's the right direction.
There's enough people here who have general knowledge. So if you open up the image of the map that's in your locations, part of your journal, in the lower left-hand corner, there's going to be those two mountain chains where you guys started, and there's going to be a bunch of islands directly below that. The capital, Dusa, is on one of those islands. So that's the general area where you guys would be going next.
Maybe the monastery is not in Dusa itself, but perhaps we can find information about it there. Perhaps it is close by.
Of course. I will follow you guys wherever you would like to go, though. So, if it helps me, good. If not, I'm also okay with that.
Problem is that brings us back west, and we'd have to pass through two hills again. Do you guys want to make amends?
Are there any other roads that would take us down?
There are roads that head south, so you could head south instead of west.
I would prefer to avoid said city.
As would I.
Yes, it was said in jest. We should certainly avoid that city.
Though I did mention it to Nix earlier that perhaps our good deeds here will reflect positively on us in Two Hills, but I will not hold my breath.
Yes, I think the respect of a few farm folk, we're going to need a little more than that. And we should be on the lookout for anybody from Two Hills that sent word out about us.
Indeed. We have more than enough reasons not to be here anymore, that is for sure. Are we sure we want to go back down there tomorrow?
I don't, personally. Why are you so bent on it, Finn?
On
Getting the ghosts out of there.
like I said, this town seems, rather defenseless. If those ghosts did that much of a number on us, imagine what they could do to the whole city. We already know that the one guy was possessed. I'd hate for this whole town to be overrun.
You guys probably aren't gonna like this idea. And it sounds rather cruel, but bear with me here. We have these followers, right? We could send some of them first and then incapacitate them. Let them know, of course, what we're doing. We're not doing this. Let them volunteer. But it would save from the more powerful of us being possessed.
I am shocked that you would say something like that, Ezra. Are you sure that is not the alcohol talking?
No, it was, he looks down at a half-empty flagon. Maybe. I'm just thinking we need more numbers. If there's 3 of them and 3 of us become possessed, it's a numbers game at that point. Did we notice them attacking the ghouls at all? That's more of a question for the DM.
Who is they?
The possessed people.
In your fight, you're saying?
Yeah, did they seem like they were only gunning for us?
By the point that the ghosts started well, no, that's not true. I will say that when the ghost possessed Zeno, when there were still ghouls up, Zeno attacked, I think, Nyx first, and I can't remember who he attacked second, but he did not attack any ghouls while they were up, but he was not in proximity to any of them in the dungeon. So take that as you will.
I mean, I realized what I said was not what you would expect from me, but I don't see another choice. Play this scenario out. We go down there and we encounter these 3 ghosts. One of them possesses Finn, one of them possesses me, and the other possesses Graffiti. Next, you are powerful, but you do not have the best survivability. And if it's us 3 versus you and Zeno, I'm not saying that you don't have a chance, but I wouldn't put it up to luck or fate.
My biggest worry is what if we go down there and we are not able to stop these things? If they drop us down there, then the city is really defenseless. At this point, door is closed, the statue is over the top of it, but if we open that back up, then we could possibly allow those to escape.
We could also try to lure them out one by one. I doubt that will work, though. You said they were marching in some sort of procession.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, once again, I wouldn't want to sacrifice these villagers. I would take every utmost care to make sure they got back safely and that they didn't go against their will. But hell, and kinda, hey, another one over here, and I kick my feet up on the table. If you guys have better ideas, let me know.
I do not have any better ideas.
I would say at this point you're starting to feel pretty buzzed, Ezrin.
Well, the only thing I can recommend is that I stay in the back, so that if all 3 ghosts possess us, that I can get them all out immediately, but this all seems risky to me. I still could try to ask for a reading from Lathander before we go down there.
And you can only do your Channel Divinity once a day, right? I know I can.
That is correct. I can only do that move once per day.
So you could only exercise one of us.
No, it would affect everybody within 30 feet of me, but it only works once.
If only there were some fighters in this town we could take with us.
You mean a mercenary for hire?
Yes, that, or any kind of soldier or anything. It's a rather peculiar circumstance we found ourselves in.
Would Nyx know if there's any mercenaries for hire type people here? Or...
What was that, Graffiti? Sorry?
Would Nyx know if there's any mercenaries for hire or soldiers for hire, kind of bodyguards for hire, anything like that in Updale?
I really doubt it.
She wouldn't know, and Ezrin and Finn kind of asked around while you were gone. They haven't told you about that, but they asked around, and they did not find anybody.
Alright. I say, let's get some rest. We'll start heading to the altar in the morning, or when we wake up, I suppose, late at night. I will attempt to ask Lathander for a reading. And if we get a good reading, let's go down. If we get a bad reading, let's move on and leave town immediately. That is my vote. I do not know what you all think.
Is it guaranteed to work?
I have not tried it before, so no. But it should, in theory.
What time are we waking up? Do you need sunlight for it? Or would the moonlight work?
I do not know. Like I said, I have not tried it before. So we will find out, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I would love to slay some baddies. It just doesn't feel right to me.
So we have a vote for no, we have a vote for maybe, depending on the reading. I believe Finn wants to go down, so we have a vote for yes. Nyx and Zeno, tiebreaker?
Zeno is still, as far as you know, incapacitated in the room.
So I would say Zeno says fuck that shit. And Nyx, what do you think?
Very literally. Good job.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, honestly. I feel like with the interest in it, that there is definitely a chance that they would go down there. But I also am not sure how well equipped I feel to take on 3 of them.
Sounds to me like Lathander will be our tiebreaker. If he gives us any guidance.
Yes, don't get me wrong, but I'm not in no state of mind to be making battle strategies right now. I prefer to have a long rest to think about this in the morning. If we go in there without a strategy, we will get annihilated, and prefer not to get annihilated. You know what I'm saying, Graffiti?
I understand. Let's get some rest. And sober up, my friend.
Yes, just one more.
No, I don't think so. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Are you fucking cutting me off? No, I'm a grown man. I will have one more drink. It's... The sun isn't even gone down yet.
That is my point. Who drinks like this during the day?
Yeah, it's like 1 in the afternoon.
I thought it was like late afternoon.
No.
Well, we spent a few hours at the, whatever.
I know you did. You also helped a cat.
I definitely thought it was past dinner time, but whatever.
No, your food that you got was lunch, so good job.
Alright, I am going to bed. First one there gets the bed this time.
I quickly scurry to the room.
That is what I thought.
Ezrin jumps onto the bed. Graffiti follows.
I'm on the floor.
I assume Nyx is heading to her room.
Yep.
Finn, you enter into your room. Zeno is passed out, and it smells lovely.
I could handle it.
You know that level of sick when no matter what you do, everything you do just smells awful? Yeah, that's Zeno. I think this is a pretty decent spot to take a quick break. So, coming back into our game, you have finished your long rest. Everyone begins to congregate back in the bar room. It is much more livelier than when you went to bed. It is around 10 or 11 in the evening, so there are people in full tilt as you are stretching and yawning, coming to consciousness. And that does include a Zeno.
Morning, everybody. Morning, Zeno.
Hello.
Are Are you okay?
I guess.
Apparently not. He didn't heal himself. He must still be sick.
He didn't get a long rest out of all that resting.
Let's see. Finn takes 14 points of psychic damage now.
I believe they call that the asshole effect.
Yeah, I guess something didn't really agree with me yesterday. I probably shouldn't have eaten those 3 cookies right before we came up.
You still have those fucking cookies. They must be getting moldy by now.
Is that what that green stuff was?
Yeah. Throw them out, Zeno.
I think I better hold on to them for just a little longer.
Jesus Christ. It's on point, and I love it. Fine. I don't want to hear any whining about when you eat more of them and get sick again.
Maybe I'll just give one to you in the middle of the night.
Yes. Great prank, bro.
It would be.
Perhaps your cold was a bit of karma for putting us in the same room with only one bed.
Ah, yes, there's that.
I don't believe in that.
And, once again, sorry for making you sleep on the floor, Graffiti. I wanted to offer to share the bed again, but, I was quite tired. Let's just leave it at that.
I do not mind. I have slept on the floor many times. You'll do what you have to do when you're 7 foot tall, you know?
Almost.
Alright. What time is it? About now? Late at night?
I'll say it's 11.
Okay. I say let's wait an hour or two, and then head over there and see what we can find out.
I could use some bread or something to stabilize my stomach. I go and get some bread and some water.
Okay. You go and get some from the bartender, who is not Megrin at the moment, but there is a bartender and you are able to get some bread.
I'll also eat food.
You guys' body systems are going to be all fucked up after this.
Yep, those bio clocks can be fucked up.
That was going to be my joke if Nick's failed her stealth check. Just explosive diarrhea. Oh god!
All over the cat.
Oh no, not the kitty.
You're muted, by the way, Nex, in case you didn't know.
Yep, I know.
Roger that.
Alright. Anything else before you guys want to head out?
Just nom 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 and head towards the altar once an hour or two has passed, I'd say. Just to make sure we wait until everyone's mostly asleep.
Okay. You wait for a little while. Patrons start leaving. Patrons start passing out. It gets to around midnight or so.
Shall we go?
Yes, let's get this over with and get out of here.
Let's go.
While we're walking, I want to, now that I have a clearer head, I want to reiterate what I said last night. I do not think this is a good idea. I think we will be outmatched without some sort of plan. And that is all.
Understood. We will, once we get to the altar, I will try what I was going to try yesterday and see what kind of reading we get, if anything. We will go from there.
You all head over towards the altar.
And as soon as we get there, I'll take out the prism, kneel down, cast augury.
Do we still have a posse, or have they scattered by now?
I was going to get there in a second. You currently do not have a posse. They seem to have given up waiting for you. As you approach the plinth, there do seem to be a couple of people who are kind of staring at it, but seeing you all approach, they seem to scatter away. You do notice that it is open.
Oh, man. They went down there.
Yeah, but who is they? There's a lot of people around today.
Either way, I think we should go down and check it out. Either we need to save them from themselves, or figure something out.
Yes, just be sure to take care if any of them are possessed, to knock them out without harming them.
I guess there is no need for this then. Then I'll put the prism away.
I would still be curious what it has to say, to be honest.
Well, but at this time, the time that it takes may be too much.
It's only 60 seconds.
All right.
You're casting it as a leveled spell, not a ritual?
So, what's the difference? Ritual does not take a spell slot, or does it still take a spell slot?
Correct. If you cast it as a ritual, it's 10 minutes plus the casting time, and it does not use a spell slot.
Oh. Well, shit. I guess I would want to do that then. It is up to you. I can cast it within 60 seconds, minus a little bit of power, or we can take 10 minutes to try it for free.
Does there seem to be anybody still around? Like, even if they're cowering in the distance?
No, they scattered. They are gone.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Me as well.
I think we should just go down and see what's going on. Maybe those of us who are stealthier than others, myself included.
I can do that. Xeno starts stepping forward.
It's funny how her bad feelings lead us to the bad stuff. I was thinking the opposite, but let's go.
I'm going to stay in the back, and as everyone starts to walk down, I'm going to cast augury with a spell slot anyway.
Okay. Xeno begins to stealth down. Is anyone going with him?
I assume me and Graffiti are in the back.
Is it dark?
Yes. It is dark at this point.
So, I wouldn't be able to see.
Do we,
You could light a torch if you had one.
well, I can cast light, but do we want to
That's not very stealthy,
announce our
though.
presence? Exactly. I will try and go down behind him, but I'm going to keep like 10 feet or so behind him.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Since I can see, but I can't stealth.
Oh, so close.
I thought it was going to be a 20.
Nope.
Okay. Xeno and Nyx start to head down the stairs. You all head downstairs, Xeno stealthing quietly ahead. Nyx, you kind of trip over your own feet. Oh, shit! And kind of call out. Xeno kind of looks back and then keeps walking. You eventually turn the corner and enter into the room with the bowls and see the door shut in front of you.
And they're no longer lit? Oh, yeah, that's right. We turned them all off before we left, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do while you're down here?
So everything's exactly the way we've left it. We don't see anybody, and the door's still closed.
Correct. The door in front of you appears closed.
Okay. I'll just kind of hold up a hand to Zeno, and I'll just kind of hurry back up the steps and let everyone know what we see.
Okay. Are you motioning for him to come with you?
No, I was like, give me just a second, and just
Okay.
backing up just a bit.
He stays there. You hop back up to everybody else.
We don't see anything. Everything looks just the way we left it. The torches are still off. The door's still closed. I don't see anyone.
So we can all at least head to that first room then.
Yeah. I'll head back down.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay. It's about at this point that you all see Graffiti finish chanting, holding up this prism in front of his head, and it does seem to catch a little bit of moonlight, and it does split into different colors.
I'll catch up to the rest and say it worked. But it is unclear. We will potentially have good results from this, so it seems like it is worthwhile, but this may not go the way we want it to.
Is that all you heard, or can you be more specific? Stop speaking in riddles.
That is literally as much as we get from it. It's good. So basically what I did was I asked Lathander, will attempting to eliminate the remaining ghosts be worthwhile? And it gave me both yes and no, which I do not know what that means specifically, but my guess would be it is a good thing to get rid of these ghosts, but it is risky, and the potential risk for us is bad. So basically, we will probably not get anything out of this besides ghosts being gone.
I might not have put this eloquently last night. I might have had too much to drink yesterday morning, I suppose it was. But having faced one of those things, I don't think we're any match for three at once.
After seeing the response I got from Lathander, I feel like it is my duty to eliminate these things, but I would not ask the rest of you to risk yourselves to do so.
I'm not letting you go to die by yourself, Graffiti. Let's do it.
Well, that is not what I meant. If I would not go in there alone, that is most certainly not something I would do. I know my limits as well. But perhaps a compromise would be to make sure that no one else is down here first, if possible.
I thought that we would see some of the townspeople down here, but not seeing them and seeing the ones up above still afraid of what is going on over here. I don't know, I have a very bad feeling.
Hey Zeno, can you quietly head up there and see if any of them have come back? If they had tried to get their attention and speak to them, ask them what they were doing.
Well, sure. He walks back up the way you guys came. He kind of pokes his head out and comes back down. Well, I didn't see anybody. I guess they all ran off.
We could send Zeno in a little bit further to see if anyone has made it further ahead, I suppose. Can I check the ground to see if there's any like tracks or markings that looks like anyone went through this door recently?
Make a investigation check.
God damn it! Why do you curse me with these investigations?
Because this isn't survival, this is investigation.
You're specifically looking
Damn
for
you!
something.
Fuck me!
Dude.
It's another natural one.
See, and I'm done investigating. It's over.
No, that just means that in the most not useful point in the entire campaign, you're going to get a natural 20 on investigation.
I hope so. Lathander willing.
You actually trip as you all are kind of walking around looking for footprints, and you go whack face first into one of the pedestals holding one of the bowls. Your face really fucking hurts. You kind of feel your face. Oh god, it's almost like you broke your nose.
Or chipped a tooth.
Asshole. No more investigating for me. Zeno, can you go up ahead and see if you can see anything? And I'll cast guidance on him.
What do you want me to look at?
See if you can find any trace of anybody who's still down here.
I say we just go and kill these things. I don't know what you're so afraid of.
We're afraid of you if you get possessed again.
We got this.
Well, Zeno rolls a 24 on his investigation. He does see footprints down here that do not appear to be from you guys.
Great.
Let's do this.
Alright, I'm staying in the back.
Alright.
We cannot leave these people down here. Let's go. No more games. Let's kill these things.
Alright. Who's doing what?
Yes, Finn, if you would be so kind as to lead us into battle, I would be grateful, yes?
Alright, but I gotta carry this torch. That's alright by me.
Alright. Are you heading on, Finn?
Yep.
You walk up to the door. It is locked and won't move.
What?
I knew you were lying before. I'm gonna light these things.
Do you remember? Did I wonder if it was that specific pattern that we did?
There's no way we got that right on the first try. Just light them all.
Alright, light them all. See how lucky we get.
Are you just lighting them all random order?
Yep.
Okay. You light them all. They are lit.
How about the door?
Does not open.
Ah! Silly little friend. We'll put out the bottom middle one.
We might as well put them all out and then start over.
If memory serves me correctly, we did not do that the first time and it worked. So this should work. Try the door again.
He tries the door, and it opens.
Whatever.
That Canadian intelligence. It works in real life, just not on the intelligence rolls.
Do I see anything directly in front?
You do not. You see that same pool of water, the stairs leading down to that large iron box, coffin. You're not sure what it was, but that's where the original ghost came out of.
Wait. Before we go any further, let's think about this logically. If those bowls were not lit, perhaps the people came down here but were not able to get any further. That makes sense, right?
Unless they got the door open and then they put it out and closed the door, but yes, that seems...
Zeno, which direction did it look like those footsteps were going? Did they look like they went through the door?
I didn't really see if they went through the door. I just saw them all in that area kind of walking around a lot. There was a lot of different sets.
I am getting Nyx's bad feeling. This feels wrong. They didn't come through here. I'm betting on it.
You don't know. Let's go.
Fucking Finn.
Finn just walks off.
Be careful, they're up and to the right up there.
Alright, fine. I will stay in the back.
Where do you guys want Zeno?
Anywhere in front of me?
Up here with me.
I'd like to cast Divine Sense as we round this corner.
So, Nyx, directly to the right?
Yes.
You, Ezrin, sense an undead in this area. Which jives with what you know, Nyx.
Right around the corner is where I saw them before.
Just one, or all three of them?
All three of them in a row.
Alright, I'm ready if you guys are.
Wait. I have an idea. I think Finn being possessed is probably a bad idea. It seemed like they could only use physical attacks. I hate to suggest this, Nyx, but I think you know what I'm getting at.
I am not crazy about the idea. But if that is what you would wish, I can do that.
I think she should stay back.
Yes, then again, her magic would seem to do the most damage, so I'm at an impasse. How about you, Zeno? Will you take the vanguard in this one?
I'm here for you guys. Whatever you guys need me to do. I'm here for everybody.
What do you guys think?
Well, at least have him scout up there, see if how many he sees.
Yes. Go ahead and stealth up there and see what you see, Zeno. Try not to billow that cloak too much.
He looks at you and then just immediately turns and billows the cloak right in your face. Cloth flies up and is just all up in your face, Ezra,
Thought you might.
as he stealths away.
He gets guidance again for that.
Ooh. Doesn't need it.
I figured as much, but never hurts.
28. Alright, so Zeno stealths ahead, kind of stops here, pokes his head around the corner, looks back, walks back to you guys, whispers essentially the same as what Nick said previously. There seems to be 3 ghosts who seem to be walking through this section of this area, and they seem to be going in some sort of pattern.
I think it is a 50-50 shot either way. We send Finn up, he might be immune to their charm. We send Nyx up, we have an easier, sorry, Nyx, you know what I mean.
We're not exactly quiet over here. Why haven't they come to attack us?
Perhaps they are protecting something?
Perhaps there is something to the way that they are walking. This pattern. Zeno and I have both seen them do it now.
There's only one way to find out. I say Finn goes ahead. It is less risky for obvious reasons.
Alright, I think me and Zeno should follow behind him and Zeno, a little bit ahead of me, if you will.
Alright, I'll be in front of Nyx.
I cast Mage Armor to prepare.
All right. Go ahead, roll it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nope, 15.
Screw you. See, this is when it's perfect, because even if something bad happens, you're not in the middle of combat. What are you doing, Finn?
I'm gonna step out there.
All right. You step out, Finn, and you very quickly see the same thing that Zeno did. You see a ghost here, and it starts here and goes in this direction. And then almost immediately, you see another one here go this direction. And then almost immediately after that one passes, you see a third go this way. So they seem to be on some sort of clockwork pattern, because another second later, all three of them repeat their exact same path. Whoosh, 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 pause.
And they don't acknowledge me.
Nope. Whoosh, 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 pause. Whoosh, 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 pause. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Over and over and over again the longer you watch.
Go ahead, Finn. Ghost bust.
Should I attack one or try to walk through?
I wonder if we should try to set some sort of trap.
For a ghost?
I feel like
Oh.
there's something to this pattern. I don't know. I think he should just try and go by while they are not in the middle of the hallway.
Did you walk through this hallway before, or you just saw them?
No, I was on my own. I didn't dare.
All right, so I guess I'll try to time it and walk the length of the hall.
Make a perception check. Let's see how well you time it. 16. Okay. You watch him for another couple of minutes. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Pause. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Pause. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Pause. You think you've got it pretty good in your head. What are you going to do?
We'll start walking down the hallway to the end. Is there anything at the end?
Make a perception check to see if there's anything at the end. Also, I would say with your 16...
Oh, dude, so nice.
I hate halflings. You do see something at the end of this corridor. It looks like a mug. You're not really sure what it is, but it seems to be. There does seem to be something set right here at the end of this hallway. And with your previous 16 for perception, I will say that walking down this hallway will not cut it. They are coming much too quick. It's basically going to have to be a full sprint, and you're not sure if you would have enough time to get to the end and back.
What about with my key thing?
You could try it, but you're still not sure, because you would have to get to the end, and you're not sure if that object is bolted, if it's secure, you don't know.
This would be the bad part of the reading I got.
So, you guys think we can take them out one at a time? Or do you think if we attack one, they will all attack?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that if you grab whatever is at the end there, that's when they are going to attack. So, I don't know, we can try one at a time?
I say go for it. Run. Who knows? Do we even know what it is? We can't tell what it is, right? At the end of the hallway.
Finn noticed that it looks to be some sort of cup or mug. And I will also say that with your perception checks, Finn, you do notice that there appear to be coffins on both sides of these, heading all the way down.
Have they moved or made any sounds?
No.
So a divine sense, I think it'll alert me of any individuals, right?
Click on it. Let me read it.
Location, celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. It does not specify. You know the type, but not its identity. Okay. Yeah, I will say that you only sense 3 undead.
If we're concerned about the coffins, I only sense 3 coming from this area, so I think we'll be okay.
Alright, what about this? Graffiti, do you have turn undead, or what is it that you have?
Yep, I can turn on the anything within 30 feet once.
I run, grab it, and then you just hit that bad boy, and we see what happens.
I would suggest using it for an emergency. The only way we could get someone out of a possession was with that move, or knocking them the hell out.
That would be. I grab it, and then we all run, and then you turn them, so we have enough time to run away.
Well, is the objective of this to get the object only, or is it to eliminate the ghosts?
That was my thought as well. I thought we were coming down here to eliminate them so that the town would be safe.
I'll start swinging. Is that what we want to do?
How big is the room that they're like spinning in? Like, is it a big room or a small room? Like, I can't see around the corner personally.
If you want to see, then move up. Or ask someone who's seen it.
Yeah, they haven't done anything the whole time I've been standing here talking to you guys.
But is it what kind of room is it, Dolphin? Is it just a hallway, or is it the?
Come stand next to me.
Ugh. All right.
I'm also going to move myself like behind Finn over here since they haven't attacked.
Okay.
I see. Okay. That is creepy. That is some video game bullshit right there.
What's a video game?
God, this is bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. I say run for the object and try and get back without getting caught. Or disturbing them. My boat. And I can stand here and be ready if we need to.
Yes, I can also use my shroud to attempt to frighten them.
Can you scare a ghost?
That's a good question.
I say we try to take it out one at a time. If you don't want to stand next to me, then don't.
I would say the people who should stand next to you should be me and Ezran, if you do it, if that's what we're doing.
No. Did you not hear what I said before, Graffiti? I think we should send Zeno. I think Nyx in the back is fine, but Zeno's a lot easier to hit if we have to knock him out. Not to toot my own horn, as it were.
But what if Finn is immune?
Are you calling me weak?
No, I'm not calling you weak, Zeno. I'm just saying, your skills aren't as suited for battle.
That is a good point, actually.
Alright, I'm going to step to one. Get in your positions.
Alright, they're still going by. Whoosh, 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 pause. Whoosh, 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 pause.
Alright. Is that where you guys want to stand?
Yeah, I ain't moving. I'm good.
Alright, whenever this closest one comes near me, or I'll hit it.
You get the time again, wait for it to come by, hold your attack, then come down, make an attack roll with advantage. 19, that does hit. So you come down with your quarterstaff, hit through it, much like you did before, especially with the Banshee. It seems to almost slide through like jelly. And as soon as you touch it, it turns. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, folks.
Did the other ones seem to react when that happened?
You haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
They have not passed by.
That's fine. It's fine.
Jumping into combat, I will mark off that damage that you did, Finn. That was 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Graffiti, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Alright, go for the attack.
Once again, this is a spell that has never worked. Come on! My friggin' god.
Wow, and that was really good damage too. Unfortunately, 9 misses. So seeing Finn there, you're just a little too conscious to not hit him, and you fire it off, and it just flies overhead of the ghost. Does not hit.
Unreal. That spell is so annoyingly bad.
Their armor class is 11.
I know, that spell sucks.
That spell's really good. You're just bad.
Apparently.
Oh.
Thanks, Lathander. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Alright. It comes to the ghost's turn. The ghost is going to turn and look at all of you, and its form suddenly begins to shift, and the features become grisly and terrifying. It shouts out at all of you. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sure, now I roll high.
Is this for being frightened?
16.
Yes.
I have advantage for it being a halfling.
Yes, you do.
Unless it was within 24 hours, right? We were still... The jury was out on that.
It depends on the specific ghost. So each one has its own. Zeno is the only one who failed, so Zeno is frightened. Everyone else is fine. That's on par.
Poor Zeno.
It is now Zeno's turn. He is going to attempt to shoot his short bow at the ghost at disadvantage. And that misses, unfortunately. And as soon as he misses, he is going to back down this way. Nyx.
I am going to cast Firebolt on it.
Alright. From here, I'm going to say it has cover, because both Graffiti and Finn are in the way. So you could move up and attempt to fire, and then move back if you wanted.
Okay.
Or you could stay there and fire as well. It's up to you.
If I just moved behind Graffiti's head here, would that help? Just kind of shoot between them.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, so 21 to hit.
Alright, that does hit. 7 points of fire damage. You shoot forward, that red curling flame it bursts across its form. Finn. Or, sorry, is there anything else, Nyx?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Quarterstaff.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, I still had advantage on him.
Nope, it's alright. 23 to hit, that definitely hits. So you come down with your quarterstaff once again, pass through its form. Doesn't seem to be having the impact that you're wanting, though.
Unarmed strike.
That also hits. Are you going to do any of your techniques?
Nah.
Alright. So that is another 6 points of bludgeoning. Once again, as you come up and punch it, it's like sinking your hand into ice water. Just, your hand just immediately goes numb. Ezrin.
Is there enough room for me to stand here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So, bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. Putting me at 21 AC. And then I am going to swing with my longsword.
Go ahead, make the attack.
Oh, yikes.
Go ahead and make another attack roll. Finn, you actually feel Ezrin's longsword chop off a little bit of your hair as he swings wildly at the ghost, but completely misses.
You motherfucker.
And I'm gonna move here, and that's my turn.
Okay. Graffiti, back to you.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, all right. Bringing out the guns early.
It's hard to see on this map, but it's right behind the ghost.
I can see it.
And it'll take a swing at him.
Go for it. That hits, so the giant stone slab comes right down on it, whack, and almost bumps it into you, Ezrin. 8 points of force damage.
And I have no ranged goodness except for my guiding bolt, which I can't use, so that's my turn.
Okay. It is now the ghost's turn. Nyx, roll a D100 for me.
That's scary.
The ghost vanishes for a brief second, Finn, and then it flickers back into existence as it flies into Ezrin's body.
Oh no.
Ezrin, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. That is a save.
Nice.
Whew.
So the ghost attempts to possess your body, but your sheer force of charisma and your faith in Bahamut just shoots the ghost back out. It looks around, unsure of why that didn't work. That is the ghost's turn. Zeno is up. He's gonna pop up, take another shot.
Can he? Because he can't get closer if he's afraid, right?
I'm 95% sure if it's within line of sight. That's why I moved him back.
Oh, I gotcha. Also, did he make his save at the end of his turn?
No, he didn't. I just realized that. So let's see if it even matters. Yep, he's fine.
Yeah.
He can move up regardless now, so he is going to step up and take a shot.
Go, Gadget Zeno.
That will hit.
Nice.
And he gets sneak attack. Ooh. Alright, so that is a total of 19 points of piercing damage. Zeno pops around the corner, and you hear an arrow just go over your shoulder fin, and it sticks right into its stomach. It's looking around at all of you. Nyx.
Okay. Got a lot of companions between me and it at this point. Can I see it very well?
Not very well at this point. I'll say Zeno is backed up, because that's what he would do.
Okay. If I move here, can I see it better?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Then I will firebolt it again.
Go for it.
Oh, no.
Make another attack roll.
That one's a 10. Natural 1 for the podcast.
Finn, so as soon as Ezrin's sword goes flying through your hair and you're like, what the hell, man? You feel a burst of red-hot energy just go searing against your scalp and dissipate across the wall.
19 for wild magic as well. Well,
Firebolt's a cantrip, so you didn't need it.
True. I didn't even think about it. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn. It was a very exciting turn.
He's hopping around and trying to punch it. That's why he's always in the way. He's unpredictable.
Got it.
All right, Finn, it does now come to your turn. You've been almost decapitated, almost scorched to death. What are you going to do?
Quarterstaff again. Actually, wait, you said this is a coffin up here?
Yes.
Can I stand on it or no?
I would say you could use your movement to get up on it.
Quarterstaff.
That hits. So you come down with your quarterstaff, whack, right on the shoulder.
And then unarmed strike.
And I will say that as of this point, we are now a couple of turns into combat. You all have seen both of the other two ghosts go by a couple of times, and they have not looked to help their other ghost.
Woo!
Alright, that hits. Once again, you punch it, your hand goes almost numb, but you're feeling alright. You're feeling alright.
That's my turn.
Ezrin.
So, this question is so stupid, but, Shieldmaster, me shoving a ghost would do absolutely fucking nothing, right?
What do you mean?
Like me trying to use Shieldmaster as a bonus action to, like, shove the ghost. I can't really knock it prone, so I'm not sure what...
You don't know if you could knock it prone. It does seem to have some sort of physical form that you could shove.
Okay.
Finn and Xeno's attacks have been able to hit it, so...
Alright.
It seems to have some sort of form.
So I'm gonna attack with my longsword. The advantage. Jesus Christ.
That does not hit with advantage.
And then I'm going to take my shield and try to get above it and shove it to the ground.
Okay, like shove it away from you, or...
Just kind of like try to knock it to the ground as much as I can.
Okay, like to knock it prone?
Yeah, knock it prone.
Okay. So you swing wildly with your sword and it just whoosh, dodges down out of the way, and then you try to bash it with your shield. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. What the?
Oh.
What?
6 versus a 0.
two nat ones.
No, that's not a 1. It rolled a 2, and it has a -2 strength. So you take your shield, Ezrin, and actually make contact and try to pound it into the ground. However, as soon as you lift off, it just floats right back up to where it was. Ghosts are immune to being knocked prone.
It's about what I expected.
You're pretty sure you won that strength match with the ghost.
Yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
So, congratulations, Mr. Holy Paladin. You won a strength check with the ghost. Graffiti.
Alright, spiritual weapon's gonna whack him again.
Alright.
17.
That hits. You come down, crack, right on top of it. That's another 11 points of force damage. It's starting to just get some holes in its visage now. It's looking around at all of you.
Wow. No, I'm not gonna waste it. Do I waste it? No, I'm not gonna waste it. I'll just yell out, if there's a fucking good thing we did not take all three on at the same time. Then it's my turn.
Alright. It is the ghost's turn. Yep. The ghost vanishes.
Do we get opportunity attacks, or...?
No, it simply vanishes in the spot where it was. It does not seem to move.
Okay.
we're still in combat.
For the moment, it does not appear to be there. You wait another minute. The other two ghosts seem to be going by, and it does not reappear.
Huh. So we can do whatever we want? No turn order?
Yep.
Divine Sense again?
You do Divine Sense, and you currently only sense 2.
So wait, this one did move? Don't I have Sentinel? Like it can't move?
It's almost like it just gave up.
Do I recognize this? Do I recognize what it might have done?
Make a religion check.
Can I assist?
Sure. Roll with advantage.
Oh, Graffiti helping her with a religion check. That's adorable. Nice.
Natural 20.
You're welcome.
Really? You rolled a 3. Nix, after your studies, you are fairly certain that the ghost went into the ethereal plane.
That's what I thought. I don't think that this is all the way over. It's currently in a different plane, but it could just as easily come back.
So what do we do?
On to the next.
Yes.
We could certainly try attacking the next one and go from there. But hopefully it won't come back to bite us if the other one comes back.
If it does, that'd probably be a good time for Turn Undead.
I still think we should wait to use that if anyone gets possessed.
Yeah, I feel like that one's almost dead, so we can just hit it 1 or 2 more times. And I don't know, does it heal?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I point at the next ghost and say, Finn, sick 'em.
Xeno's turn.
You want me to go hit it?
Hit that shit.
Like it owes you money.
It owes me money? Oh, great! So he will go ahead and ready an attack and swing out with his rapier. Yeah, your spiritual weapon's faded, Graffiti.
Ah, shit.
Is my shield also down? 10 minutes.
10 minutes, no.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon's only a minute, right?
I'll double check.
Yeah, if it's only a minute, it'll be gone.
Yeah, it's a minute.
Yeah, so that's gone. So Xeno times it up and does hit with his rapier. Alright, so he does damage. For the sake of this, I'm just going to leave you guys in the same order, but I'm going to re-roll for the new ghost. Yeah, not bad. Damage is recorded. Graffiti, you're up.
I'm gonna try it again. Guiding bolt. Come on! It's gotta work eventually!
Stop saying shit like that.
Knock on wood, my friend.
I hope it misses.
Yeah!
Yeah!
You're welcome. I knocked on wood for you.
Awesome.
So this time you make double short, Graffiti, aiming, coalescing that radiant energy, firing it off, and bam! It slams in. It seems like it did a fair amount of damage.
Good. That's my turn.
It's now Xeno's turn. Xeno is going to swing with his rapier again. That hits. No sneak attack. And then he is going to disengage and run the fuck away.
Attaboy.
Nix.
Oh, good. Now I can see it. Okay. A good old trusty firebolt. 17.
That hits.
Crappy damage, though. 3 damage.
So you, much like everyone, you're just taking pot shots at them from far away. Red energy hits it, does 3 points of fire damage.
Woo! That's my turn.
It is now the ghost's turn. The ghost is going to... This one is also going to use its horrifying visage. So I need everyone to go ahead and make wisdom saves. Finn with advantage.
Oh, natural 1 again.
Oh, Nix. Oh, no. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Oh, shit. 3?
Oh! Nix, your form gets visibly older.
Great.
Your skin sags. Your bags form. Your hair kind of gets longer and grayer. You look like you are significantly older than you were just a moment ago.
Great. Awesome.
You are also frightened. Let's see if Xeno makes it this time. Barely. No, Greater Restoration is a level 5 spell. So you guys don't have anywhere near that yet. Wow. Okay. Finn.
I will run up and quarterstaff.
No,
Natural 20. So you do a big, healthy slap of damage to it.
And then unarmed strike.
That also hits. So this one's also starting to show wear and tear now, too.
And I will... should I back up? Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna back up.
Alright, it's going to take its opportunity attack. $14 to hit.
Nope.
Misses. Alright, so it reaches out to get you, but you just dodge out of the way. Ezrin.
I am just gonna make a longsword attack. Hopefully it goes better than the last. 16.
Alright, hits. You come down, slash across it.
Divine Smite.
Oh, alright. Go ahead and roll it.
So that's 3d8 because it's undead, right?
Correct.
$15 radiant damage.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
What's your finishing touch as you vaporize the shit out of this fucking ghost?
Be gone, you filth! And just slash it through his chest. Or what would be his chest.
You slash through it, and as you slash, it just vaporizes into a million little bits and is gone.
Nice job, Ezra.
Thank you.
It's around this time where you guys all notice Nyx's apparent change in form.
Nyx, are you okay?
I don't feel so good.
Do any of us know what happened to her? Like, can we tell?
Based on her natural 20 religion from earlier, I will say she knows what happened to herself.
It's aged me.
Aged you? How old were you? Are you?
Until now, I was 28.
Congratulations, you're 58.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Do I know then, with that roll, what it would take to reverse it?
I'll say yes.
Okay. I don't know if there's anyone nearby who can do it, but the only way to get rid of it is a greater restoration spell.
That is magic above my abilities. And I have to doubt that anyone in Updale would be that powerful.
I have to agree, unfortunately. We still have a job to do. Let's finish this.
Are we sure? One more? Are you up for it?
Better than leaving it down here for someone else to find.
I look at Finn with, just pissed off eyes and just say, Finn, sick 'em.
Alright, I'll run up on it.
Alright, go ahead and make the attack with advantage. That hits. Starting over. Graffiti, you're up.
Alright, I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at level 2. Fuck this piece of shit ghost.
Oh, damn, alright.
Woo! Barely, I think!
That just hits.
Woo!
So you do a total of 20 points of radiant damage, coalescing that form and firing it off into the ghost. You take a serious chunk of it out.
Die! That's my turn.
Comes to the ghost's turn. Finn, go ahead and make a charisma saving throw.
Yay!
Ooh.
That saves. So, Finn, having undergone this experience once before, your body physically rejects being taken over by this ghost. And as it tries to come in, you just grab it by the throat and throw it off. That is the ghost's turn. Zeno, you're up.
Oh, sorry.
There he is!
Yay!
Mic was off. Alright, I can't really see from here, so let's move up.
He leans in between Ezrin and Graffiti, takes a shot.
Yeah, let's fire at this thing.
Pew pew pew!
That hits.
Yeah.
Finn, you see this arrow just stick right in its collarbone area. Anything else, Zeno?
No, I'll stay behind the two strong guys.
Okay, Nyx.
Okay, if I move up to this point, can I see it between Ezra and Graffiti?
Sure, it's fine.
Okay. Come on, there we go. Good old firebolt. 14.
That hits. Just going sequentially down the line. Bam, bam, bam. Everyone's just firing into it. Also, because I did not remember, Zeno, go ahead and roll another d20. Because technically your attack should have been with advantage because of Guiding Bolt. Well, so we'll see if you crit.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so close.
So close.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man. That would have been awesome to come back up and crit.
It would have. Nyx, you do 9 points of fire damage.
Woo, that's my turn.
Finn, you're up.
Can I move there?
Sure, no problem.
And then quarterstaff.
Go for it. Yeah, that hits. So you come down with your quarterstaff, whack through it once again.
And I will do Flurry of Blows. Spend a key point.
Oh, shit. All right. Make both attacks. That hits. That also hits. All right, you guys are putting hurt on this ghost. Just whacking it to death. It's still up. What are you doing?
I will do the it can't take reactions.
Oh, all right. Are you going to move then, I take it?
No, I'll stay here.
Okay. On initiative count 10, the four in the back see a figure materialize. The ghost appears in front of both Ezran and Graffiti. It seems to veer towards Ezran and immediately slips into Graffiti's body. Graffiti, make a charisma save.
Oh my god, if there was ever a save for us to get, this is it. Woo! 16.
Oh,
Hey.
you guys all rolled really well on your saves, all except one.
Yeah. Woo.
Alright, so Graffiti, much like Ezran and Finn before, you just do not let the ghost enter your body. It is its turn. Ezran.
Looking at the two, which one seems more hurt?
The one in front of you, you can tell is the original one that you fought. It seems like it is mostly vapor at this point.
Okay. I will... shit.
What are you doing, Ezran?
Sorry, man. This is what we were talking about. You just throw these curveballs, and I don't know now.
Make a decision.
Alright. I'm gonna circle around the back of this guy and make a longsword attack.
Alright, go ahead and make it. Advantage. That hits. What is your finishing touch on this ghost as you slice it into nothingness?
Watch out, Graffiti! I'm gonna end this one too. And same thing, I kind of come up between his legs, slice it into two.
All three of you see this ghost just evaporate into mist.
And then I'm gonna use the remainder of my movement to... Yep, got enough. Move over here.
Alright. Graffiti.
Guiding bolt. Natural 20.
Hey.
Oh my god. Holy balls. Based on only the guiding bolts, you did... What is that? 54 points of damage to this one ghost, Graffiti. How the hell do you want to finishing touch it?
Hey.
I will scream at it, die, and it will slam. The energy bolt will slam into him, into the wall, and just vaporize him into dust. Just particles of nothingness.
It's almost like the energy cannon in Legend of Korra, where you just see him waiting for the right moment, coalescing and coalescing and coalescing, and finally it just fires forward and just plows into the wall, leaves a ghost shape outline on the wall, but it is no more, and you all are out of combat.
Dragon Ball Z, that shit.
What's up with this mug?
Make an investigation check, Finn. You can help Ezran.
I don't think he needs me to, but there we go.
Finn, you find what looks to be a mug, and there also seems to be a box behind it. And Zeno, for the first time as you walk up, you do see what looks to be an
much older looking Nyx than you remember. She has gray in her hair, her skin is saggy, some veins are showing in her arms and legs.
I'm going to do the polite thing and not mention it.
How rare of Xeno.
What a gentleman!
At least not right now.
Alright. What are you guys doing?
Pick up the mug in the box. Is there anything in it?
You pick up the box. It is heavy. It definitely feels like there's stuff in it.
So I open it.
What's in the box?
Make a Constitution saving throw, Finn and Ezrin.
No.
Those are both fails.
Gosh, guys.
You both take 13 points of poison damage.
I'll cut my hands around my mouth and yell, "Let me check for
Cloud of smoke just bursts around both Finn and Ezrin, and they begin to hack and cough and almost vomit.
Are you guys all right?
I think so.
Yeah, we're fine.
So go ahead and mark off that damage. And you look inside the box. There appears to be a number of coins and a scroll.
Don't suppose there's any chance it's a greater restoration scroll, eh?
That's what I was going to say.
Do you hand it to Nyx to look at it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Make an Arcana check, Nyx.
I was going to give it to her anyway.
Okay. 24.
This is definitely a scroll of greater restoration.
No way.
No.
So what does that mean? Because it's not a level that he can use yet, right?
Correct. So essentially how this works is, for me as a DM, anybody who has a scroll can use it. If it's a scroll on your spell list, it is as normal.
Okay.
If it is not on your spell list, there is a penalty, so the DC increases. So essentially, in this situation, you would want someone who has the ability, eventually or now, to cast that spell, to cast it.
Okay. So my eyes go wide as soon as I realize what it is, and I hand it to Graffiti, and I say, "This is it. This is what we need."
So would this be like an Arcana check to see if I can use it, or what is?
This would be a spellcasting ability check. So it would be
A wisdom check?
It would basically be a wisdom check.
Would
Now, go ahead.
No, never mind. I was thinking about using guidance, but it doesn't make any sense in this case. Because it wouldn't, or would it? Would it help?
Guidance is on ability checks, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know if it affected just skill checks.
Is there anybody else in this party who could learn that spell?
I don't think paladins can. I'm not sure though.
I'd be the best at attempting this anyway. I have a 20 wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, Ezrin. Do you know if you can learn that spell eventually?
I'm not sure. I'm looking it up. No. Bard, Cleric, Druid.
Okay. So, I will say, Graffiti, based on the situation and the things that you messaged me after that fight ended, you have guidance. Go ahead and make a wisdom check with advantage, adding a d4.
Oh, come on. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, I can't watch.
I can't even click it. Come on.
Gray hair is not that bad, Nyx. Look at mine. It's beautiful.
Don't even need it. 24, come on.
Roll it anyway. You do realize that second one was a 1, right?
Yeah, I know. 28 total.
So, Graffiti takes the scroll, seeing the worriedness in Nyx's eyes, tears kind of welling up. He takes the scroll, confidently unfurls it, and begins chanting, grasping one hand on his holy symbol, reading the other with the scroll. Graffiti, as you're reading, the arcane sigils on the scroll begin to flash, one after the other. Doof, 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 doof. And your mind begins to chant faster and faster. This is beyond any spell that you've evoked before. Just going faster and faster. Your mind almost begins to spin as you're just kind of reading, mind going on autopilot. And eventually you reach the end and whoosh, the scroll flashes in a bright light of divine energy. And your holy symbol itself begins to glow and almost lift up off of your chest. And that swirl of divine energy kind of mixes with your holy symbol. You reach out, touch Nyx on the forehead, and that energy just begins to swirl through her entire body. And you immediately begin to see her hair begins to go back to normal. Her skin tightens, the veins vanish, and her form goes back to normal. And that's where we'll pick up next week.